Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Extended e-learning. I hope that you all had a wonderful, relaxing spring break. I know that things are different right now and things are crazy and we're not really able to go do our normal things, but I hope that you guys still were able to have some fun. And the good news is that starting this week, we are only doing e-learning on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So today we're going to start a new lesson number 26 on understanding statistical questions. So why ask statistical questions? If you'd like to follow along with me, if you have your books, you can look at page 300. But your assignment for today, you don't have to do any work inside your book. You're going to be doing it all online so you can turn it in so we can take attendance. So when you want to find out more about something, one thing you can do is ask questions. Some questions have exact answers, such as how many people are in your class right now. Other questions can have many answers, such as asking some sixth graders, what is your favorite kind of music? When you want to find out what kind of music all sixth graders like most, there are likely too many people to ask. By asking 26 graders, what is your favorite kind of music, you can get a good sense of the type of music all sixth graders like. If you asked another class of sixth graders the same question, your results would probably be similar, but not exactly the same. When you ask a question to make a prediction about a larger group, you are asking a statistical question. So again, when you ask a question to make a prediction about a larger group, you are asking a statistical question. Okay, statistical questions do not have an exact answer. You expect to get a variety of answers. So answers to statistical questions have what they call variability. Okay, non-statistical questions have exact answers. Okay, so that's the difference between statistical and non-statistical questions. Statistical questions do not have an exact answer. You get a variety of answers, which is also called variability. All right, now let's look at this think section. Sasha, what does it mean for a question to be statistical? Now remember, in order for a question to be statistical, it has to have a variety of answers or contain variability. Okay. Sasha wants to collect statistical information about the different sports sixth graders at her school like to watch. She writes 3 questions to ask 50 sixth graders and will use the results to make a prediction about all sixth graders. Which questions are statistical and which are not? So when we look at that first question, it says, when is the next home basketball game? Well, that would have an exact answer. So that cannot be a statistical question. So it wants us to circle a statistical question where you might expect many different answers. The next one says, what is your favorite sport to watch? Well, we're going to get a lot of different answers for this one. So I would circle this one because it's going to have variability. And then the last one says, what was the last sports game you watched at this school? Well, that could have a variety of answers too. So I would probably circle that one too. Ooh, I'm not very good with the circling. Okay, so do you see why those last two questions are statistical questions and why they have many different answers and why the first one doesn't? The first one just says that when is the next home basketball game? That has an exact answer, so that cannot be a statistical question. All right, so it goes on to explain it a little bit. It says the first question is not statistical because the date of the next home game is the same no matter whom or how many people Sasha asked. The next 2 questions are statistical because you would expect some variability in the answers. Sasha could use the responses to think about the different sports that 6th graders like to watch. Okay, now when we go to page 301, we see we're trying to think about, how do I write statistical questions? So first you have to be able to identify whether a question is statistical or non-statistical. And now you have to think, how do I write a statistical question? What statistical question could Sasha ask if she was interested in knowing what school sport sixth graders like to watch the most? Well, if we look back at the questions that Sasha wrote, she wrote, what is your favorite sport to watch? That's too general. Okay, someone's favorite sport to watch might not be a school sport that they have. And there may be too many varying answers. So that question that she asked is too general. Her last question that she asked, what was the last sports game you watched at this school, is too specific in the fact that even though it can have a variety of answers, depending on the time of year or what home game was most recent, there may not be enough of a variety of answers. So to collect data on what school sports sixth graders like to watch the most, Sasha would need to ask something like this. Which school sport are you most interested in watching? Circle one from the list below, and then Sasha would list all of the sports that are available at her school. Okay, so this question is going to give her the variability of answers that she wants for that statistical question, and to find out the information so she can then make predictions about what about the different answers. The varying answers would help Sasha draw conclusions about which sports sixth graders at her school most like to watch. Okay. Now, it says now you'll have a chance to think more about statistical questions and the data they help collect. So our reflection here, our question says, explain the difference between a question that is statistical and one that is not. Okay, well, through that whole lesson, when we just introduced statistical questions, what we know is that statistical questions have variability. They have a variety of answers. A non-statistical question has an exact answer. Okay, so you would write, statistical questions have variability. They have a variety of answers. Non-statistical questions have exact answers. Okay, so that's the answer to that question, and now I'm just going to kind of review a little bit. One way we can find out more about something is to ask the same statistical question to a group of people and use the answers to make a prediction or draw a conclusion about a larger group to which those people belong. A variety of answers, called variability, is the difference between statistical and non-statistical. I'm going to repeat that again. Variety of answers, which is called variability, is the difference between statistical and non-statistical questions. Okay, so you guys are going to be doing pages 302 and 303 today, and turning it in so that we can see how you're doing and how you understand statistical questions, how you understand the lesson that I just explained, and also as an attendance marker for us so that we know that you guys participated in e-learning today. So just really quickly, I'm just going to go over this first one a little bit with you. A political group asked voters waiting in line to vote, who are the two major candidates running for president this year? Okay, guys, that has an exact answer. So because there's an exact answer, it is a non-statistical question. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions or don't understand anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to Ms. Walker or myself. We are available on Google Hangouts. We are available on email. We are available to video chat if you need us to. So please don't hesitate on Google Classroom, Class Dojo, however you want to reach out to us. So please reach out to us and let us know how we can help. We miss you guys so much, and we hope that all of you are doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy. All right, see you soon. Miss you guys.